guys, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a what's in my backpack as a high school junior. So this is officially my first video on this channel. I've been trying to get back into YouTube, but it's taken a long time, and I figured this was the perfect time to do it for back to school season because there's so many videos I can make. So this is my backpack. I have a regular JanSport backpack because I've had it since freshman year and just honestly never wanted to buy a new one. I don't think there's any point in buying a new one this year, considering as a senior next year I'm going to be buying one of those like little kid backpacks, so there was no point in just buying a brand new backpack just to use 1 year. But anyways, let's get into what I have in this thing. First, I'm going to start with the little pocket. There's not much in there, but throughout the year I definitely put a whole lot more. I kind of like use it as my trash can, but for now I have this little pencil case. I don't think this is meant to be a pencil case, but I think it's super cute. It's like a New York City one, and I love it. And so I have all of my pencils in here. I just bought like a big pack of pencils. I took one of each color that it offered, and so I have 4 pencils in here. I have 2 yellow Sharpies. I just noticed they're 2 different Sharpies. And then I just have a pen. The thing I have in this little pocket is something that I'm going to be using so much this year, and I just have a little calculator. I had to buy a new one from last year because mine got stolen last year, and so here is my new one. It's very basic. I just need to figure out how to work it because it's way different than my other one. Other than that, I'm super excited to be using this. This is more of like the beauty stuff of my backpack, or like the hygiene. I don't really know what to call it. So I have Q-tips. It's kind of empty, but I have tissues that are already opened, like the packaging. But yeah, I have a brush, and the reason why it's kind of ugly is because my brush from last year broke, and so I just have this ugly one. I have eye drops because I wear contacts and they get so dry throughout the day, like at school. And then I have one singular Lactaid because I know I'm not going to use this all year. I never take Lactaid. And then on to the 2 final things that I think are the most important for school. I have my wallet. Currently my debit card's not in here. I kind of lost it. I don't know where it's at. My whole wallet's gone because I have like a second one. But this is my school wallet. I also keep my school ID in here. And then I just have 2 random like cards that aren't even useful to me. But yeah, I get my school ID on the first day of school, and so I need this. Lastly, my AirPods. These are definitely like the older version of AirPods, but I don't like the new ones because they have like the foam, or not the foam, but like the squishy thing. And these are just like regular like headphones, and so I use these ones. These are awesome and a lifesaver, and I'm going to be using these every day. Even though technically I'm not allowed to use them in class, and I'm not even allowed to have my phone in class anymore because that's like a new rule they're making this year. Still going to try to use these a lot. Okay, now for the main and last part of my backpack. This year I don't have like too much going on in here. Normally I have like piles of stuff just in here for the first day of school, but this year I don't have much, and so I'm going to show that. Starting off small as the first thing, I have a little emergency kit. This is just like an Ipsy bag that I've kept through the years, and I have like ibuprofen, Midol, and then like all that other stuff in here because the stuff that the nurse gives you is not good, which is advice for incoming freshmen. Bring your own stuff. The next thing I have in my backpack are just 2 basic notebooks. I don't really write a lot of notes in any of my classes, and so I got like really thin ones, and I just got 2. I have more notebooks, but I have 2 of these ones because they just seemed right. I have 4 classes that I know I for sure need notes in, and so this is what I'm going to be using. Then I have my binder. I have it like all set up. I have it full of paper, and then I have the tabs. I have 4 of them that separate. Yeah, 4. And then lastly, I have a folder, which honestly, if you're going into high school, like this is your first year, don't get a binder unless a specific teacher tells you to, because it's honestly not very useful. My freshman and sophomore year, I think I used my binder like never. Like freshman year I used it a lot because I had English and my English class forced me to. Not forced me, that sounds bad, but like needed me to. Sophomore year there were like 3 papers in it total from like the whole year, and so don't get a binder unless you know for sure that you're gonna need it. Next, I think you guys already saw this, I got a folder. My theme this year was navy and white, but I didn't get a lot of white. I got 1 white thing, but we'll see later. This is one of the navy things along with a notebook. It is just this cute little folder. It has like waves, and apparently it's glow in the dark. I don't know why that's useful for school, but yeah, it's just a paper folder, so I probably won't be using this much because last year mine ripped in half by the end of the year. So next thing I have is the only white thing in my backpack. It's just one of those like really thick notebooks. This is not a 3-subject. I hate 3-subject notebooks. I like having all my classes organized into like different notebooks instead of just having them all in one. I don't know. So this notebook is specifically for my history class because I took world history my sophomore year, and this year I'm taking US history, and it's the same teacher who teaches them both, and I got the same teacher obviously, and so I know I'm gonna need a really thick notebook because the last year I got one and I completely filled it up. So this is what I have for that year. Next and last notebook, I have this little pink one. I think I'm going to be probably using this for my English class. I hope I find a use for it because I think it's so cute. And I broke my theme for this, and so it better become useful because I think it's adorable. Lastly, well not lastly, but almost lastly, I have another folder. I only have 2 folders. This one is like a better one though. It's like plastic, and so yeah. And the 5-star brand is my favorite, hence the reason why I got my good notebook in that brand, because it's just so like durable and it lasts forever. I think I still have 5-star like folders that I've had to this day since like middle school, so definitely one of my favorite things. And this is kind of like a miscellaneous thing that I have. You don't really need it, but I bring it especially because I can't have phones. It's like a new mandated rule, and so I have to bring something else to entertain myself. So I have a book. I started reading this last year at school, and I think I'm literally like on page 9, so I'm just gonna reread it. Oh, I'm on page 10 actually, and so I'm just gonna start rereading this at school. I'm really excited. So far from what I read, this book is really good, and so I hope it gets better. And then lastly, the final thing I need is my school issued iPad. I still need to update this before school. I need to do that today because I start school tomorrow. This is my last day of summer, but this is my iPad. So far it only has like 1 paper in it, but normally throughout the year I fill this up with paper too. This is just the slip they gave me to get back into my iPad. But yeah, it has like a little keyboard and everything. It's super nice, and I'm not excited to be using this again. I think I still need to charge it too, and I only have 1 charger, so this is gonna be fun. It's crazy to me that I start school tomorrow and I'm gonna be a junior, because I feel like I just got into freshman year and it literally went by so fast, and I'm already halfway through high school. You're telling me I graduate next year? But anyways, it's not that bad. I'm really excited to be a junior, which sounds awful because junior year, I've heard from literally anybody ever in the world who's ever gone to high school that junior year is absolutely the worst year. But I'm gonna find a way to make it fun. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I really hope it's fine. I think it's only bad for people because of all the testing you have to do, like the ACT and the SAT. But for some advice that I can give into the underclassmen, which are like the incoming freshmen and even like the upcoming sophomores, this is gonna sound so like cliche, and everyone's probably told you this. Don't procrastinate and do your work when you need to do your work. A lot, like not so much freshman year for me, but like sophomore year I procrastinated so much, and it just really like stressed me out. Like, I don't know, it's not like a good thing to do, because then you're doing work when you like shouldn't be doing work. So like on a weekend when you're supposed to be like having fun, you're stuck in your house doing homework because you have something due literally the next day, and it's just like not worth it. Just do the assignment when you want to do it. All of the stuff you want to do afterwards can literally wait, like watching your shows or like going to sleep. It can wait. Just sit down for like 30 minutes and at least do a little bit of your homework or like work from class, because it's not that bad. And I think doing it later is way worse. I think another thing of advice I can give is taking classes that you don't think you're gonna like, or taking advanced classes even if you don't think you can do it. At least for me, in all of middle school, I never took a single honors or advanced class, even though I was passing all of my classes like with all A's and like pretty high A's too. I was always too scared to take honors because I thought it was going to be so intimidating and just like I wasn't going to be smart enough for it. That is not true at all. As soon as I got to high school, my freshman year I couldn't really take too many honors. My English was an honors class and I passed that one with a super high A. And then once I got to sophomore year, I took my first AP, which was world history, and the class was super easy. I passed with a 100%. Like, do more than you think you're capable of. And then when it comes to electives, try to take an elective that you don't think you'll like too much, like something you're kind of on the fence about. Just take it, because I took culinary for the first time since 7th grade. I took it last year, my sophomore year. It was the most fun class ever, and I'm currently going into my last year of culinary at my school, and so that's super exciting. But just take classes that you don't think you're gonna like or that you don't think you're capable of, because it's like guaranteed that you're able to do it, especially because the high school is a lot easier than people like make it out to be. I don't think that high school's been too hard so far, and personally for me this year, for my junior year, I'm taking 3 advanced classes. I'm taking AP US, IB English, and then I'm taking an IB Science class. And my math is still regular, has been regular these past 2 years. I think one of the last things I have advice for is just to kind of like get involved. Join sports, join clubs. Like my freshman year, I wasn't in any clubs and it was super boring, and I was only in one sport and it just like kind of wasn't awesome. Like I feel like I wasn't really involved in my school the way I should be. And then my sophomore year, I was doing the same sport. I do soccer, and so I was doing that my sophomore year. And I was also doing NHS, which is a super fun like club. I wouldn't say it's too much of a club though, at least for me, because it's during school hours and all I really do is volunteer and like show up once a month. But my junior year, this upcoming year, I'm planning on doing the most sports I can, which are 3, but I only think I'm going to do 2. I plan on doing track this year, even though starting as a junior doesn't sound too cute. I'm going to do track, and I'm doing soccer still, and then I'm doing 3 clubs. I'm doing NHS, French club, and then I'm going to be part of my school's newsletter. And honestly, I think school is just so much more fun when you get yourself involved, because then you feel like you're actually like doing something instead of like just like the regular like 7 to 2 or 8 to 3, whatever your school schedule is, of just doing classes, going home, doing nothing. And I feel like clubs are also a great way to make friends. So for the freshmen, if you have no friends going into high school, join a club that you're interested in. I know at least my high school, there's so many different clubs, going from like board game club to like chess to speech and debate, all the way to like just random stuff. And so I definitely recommend joining a club, because you will make friends and you already have one thing as like the foundation of your friendship, which is being in the same club but also having the same interests that put you into that club. But anyways, I hope everyone has a good back to school season, whether you start school in like September or you're starting in August like me. Or if you've already started, I hope that your school is awesome and that you have so much fun. And no matter what grade you're in, I hope you have new experiences and just have an awesome time.